It was just torment, trying to get electricity. People wouldn't let you have poles on their property, and you just had to zigzag it any way you could get it. It took 10 times more war because they wouldn't let you put poles, but we just put it where we could get a pole. So that way it just had to go this way and that way, and any way you could get it. And then so when they hit our property, why, we took them all. We got them all in, and they wanted.
She lived over in the valley, and she didn't want electricity because it meant there'd be poles everywhere. Well, there weren't poles everywhere. There were one or two poles that ran through and gave the power that went down into the house.
We did the whole thing, the whole REA. I don't remember the name of the engineering company, but we surveyed the whole REA area. I don't know if it went to Cleveland at the time, but I remember we did some pretty backwoodsy surveying. Some of the places people weren't too welcoming. In fact, a place or two, we had to actually get the authorities to come out and convince them that we were not bringing some bad thing to their houses. That's the truth. As a helper on the survey crew, we pulled a chain, as they called it, and then we had to clear brush, so I carried an axe on my shoulder. Then there was two of us who were chain pullers, you might say. We had like a 100-foot chain. We measured every foot of these lines between poles, and that was my job. And we drove the stakes and marked them for the size pole and the height of the pole. We did that on every single pole that was ever put in this. It may have been a little bit more by the time. I might have got a raise and I might have got up to, but it was around 30 cents an hour. Most of these places we went had no electricity at all. They used oil lamps and kerosene and that sort of thing. Some people wouldn't even take it. There were some people who continued to use oil lamps even though the power went right by their front door. I never did know the exact reason, but they just didn't trust electricity. Well, there was very little that we did not survey at that time. It was a lot of miles. And we walked almost every foot of it. It was hard work. We covered some really, really back wild country. Some of the places, I thought, why are they actually running the line here? And some of the places, they didn't really know either. They just figured for the future. There had been some talk about things that might happen if you got too near it or something like that, but I don't recall anything specific. But there were people who did not want it. There were a number of people who did not want that electricity going through their yard or their property.
When we built lines, well, we built with our own crews for a long time, and we always built as heavier as we could, at the time. And I think that's even paying off today, is because we did a lot of heavier construction than we would have had to. Had we gone to the minimum, we'd go to the maximum.